What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here, and today we're going to be talking about referral codes and how to get your referral rewards for free. It does take a little bit of time, and it takes a little bit of investment of yourself into an account, but you can do it completely free to play, and I want to show you guys how to do it. And also, we're actually going to be starting my second referral account. If you watched the previous video, you saw I hit level 50 on that account, and we're giving it away. And we're going to be doing the same with this account once we hit level 50 on it as well. So guys, let's just dive right into the video. So here you'll see that we have technically two accounts already kind of done. This was an account from a long time ago when I first started playing the game I made, and unfortunately I never linked it to anything, so I don't have the ability to log back into it. So we can't really continue to play on that. We'll just have to start over. Luckily, getting to level 30 is only about a week and a half to 2 weeks of gameplay, so it's not super bad that we have to start that over, but we're gonna keep it there now because we have contacted Plarium and we're hoping that maybe they can find a way for us to get access to it, but probably not. But we're gonna leave it there until we're ready to start our third account. But as you can see, definitely not Panda here. This is our giveaway account we just hit 50 on. Make sure to go to that video. I'll leave a card up in the top. You can click that and watch that account giveaway and go comment on it, give it a like, and of course subscribe to the channel, and you'll have a chance to win that account, which is not too shabby. You'll see it here. It's got some decent stuff. 6-star here. It also has both Ultimate Death Knight and Deliana, which is of course a nice start. But for this process, you actually don't need anything but your starter hero. But let's go ahead and dive right in. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into your main account, whatever your main account is, and you're going to click the referral program right here in this top left corner. It says referral program. It brings you to this screen, and you're going to click whichever one of these three pops up. Mine specifically is this one in the middle. You're going to click that, and you'll see it says link copied to clipboard. Now, of course, if you do this on a phone, it's a little bit different, but not really. It'll still be in your clipboard, and you can go ahead and go from there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to download your game on whatever platform you want to download it on. You can do it through Plarium Play, you can do it through BlueStacks, you can do it through LD Player, you can do it on a secondary device. Whatever it is you decide to do, you're going to go ahead and open that up. So let's hop over there. You'll see here that I actually already have this completed, but I am going to still walk you through the steps just so you have a general idea of what this looks like. So what you're going to do is once you have your device, you're going to go to the internet. You're going to go to Chrome or Internet Explorer or whatever. Personally, I think Chrome is best. You're going to take this and you're going to paste that link in there, and you'll see here that this is got a bunch of text on it. This last part right here is all that matters, this HTTPS thing. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to delete the rest of it. And just hold that backspace. You can select all, whatever you want to do, delete all of it. So you're just left with this specific link, and you're going to hit enter. What that's going to do is open up your Google Play here. If you're not already signed in, it will prompt you to sign in, and then you're going to go ahead and download the game. What this link does is it will connect your download to your main account, which will give you your referral progress. And then you're going to download the game and you're going to click play. Then you're just going to go ahead and go through the beginning steps of playing the game. So you'll go through and start a new game. Don't log in. You're just going to start a new game. Click accept. This will make it so that there's nothing connected to your account. I'm doing it specifically this way so that I can give the account away, and then that person can connect via Plarium Play. What I'll have to do basically is log into the game on my device and then enter in their Plarium Play information, and then they'll be able to access it for wherever they're at, which is basically how that giveaway is going to go. So, but this is the game, and we are super excited, and I feel like this is coming out RIP headphone users. Really sorry about that. I'll try to put a warning in maybe, but we'll see. I don't know. But you'll get prompted with this information here, this game, and you're just going to go ahead and you're going to go through. You're just going to play through the tutorial. do everything you can. And then what you're going to do from there is you're going to basically just play the game as normal. You're going to get your first character to 6-star, which is going to be whatever your starter is. Personally, I've always done it with Kale, which is actually this character right here. But if you haven't already done so, you can watch my video on best starter champions. Some people say that Elhain is the better option, which maybe is something that we'll do on this account, is we'll try with Elhain. I don't know if I want to do that because I want to give whoever wins this account the best chances of having a good start, and I think Kale is just the best option. So I'll probably still pick Kale, just because, you know, it gives you a good clan boss poisoner at the beginning of the game, and I just think that that's really important. Being able to get those, you know, those clan boss rewards as soon as possible is a very, very big deal. But basically, you're just going to play through the game. You're going to try and clear as much as possible. And then once you finally have that 6-star Kale with that login gear, that login lifesteal gear, you're going to be able to farm pretty much anything, as long as you have 6-star, you have full ascensions, you have that plus 16 gear, and you also have masteries, which you're going to spend your first 800 gems on masteries for that starter champion, because it's just going to give you so much power. It'll get you started in the game very quickly. And I just think that that's probably the best option for you really going into the game. And then what I do is I just have a macro, which unfortunately doesn't show up here. There's a little thing right here. I'm not sure why it doesn't show up, but you can click the button on the side. It looks like a little play button with a circle around it. When you click that, you can create a macro that will allow you to just basically run campaign over and over and over and over again. You're going to want to run it on 12-6 as high as possible. With that 6-star champion, you're going to be able to do that on brutal 12-6, and it'll take a little bit of time obviously to get there. I believe that my account that I'm giving away took approximately 30 something days. I don't know the exact amount of time that it took, but it was about 30 days of like actual playtime, like days I logged in, which obviously we can, you know, we can go and look at the login information and, you know, see how many days in we are. But I want to say we were like 33 or 34 days in. So really it's not too much time, because it's also really just sitting down, doing your 5 arena battles every day to get that free energy, collecting your free energy from being online, and then just kind of powering through, you know, and running that over and over and over again. And it only took, like I said, about 30 days in order for me to get that started, which really isn't too much of an investment, especially when you consider the kind of rewards that you get, right? Let's go ahead and go back actually to this account here. You're going to see you get these really awesome champions. So you get Jamarsa. You'll also eventually get access to Cronham here, which is a very good legendary champion. But you also get these experience boosters. You get void shards. You get epic books, and you get sacred shards, which are all really, really good. And then also you get these extra rewards up here if your friend or you continue to play the accounts later on. So, you know, once you reach level 51, you can start getting additional progress through here all the way to these 3 legendary books. So there's a lot of stuff, but like if you go and you look at barbarians here, you can see Cronham here. He's actually very powerful. He's a very good champion. He has this basic attack that hits 2 times, and each hit has a 30% chance of increasing the duration of a random debuff, which is very good. Jamarsa is on the team. Each hit also increases the duration of any HP burn debuffs on the target, which you'll see HP burn is a very, very effective way of dealing damage to high-level bosses in the end game and even in the mid game. The second skill here attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has an 80% chance of instantly activating any HP burn debuff on each target, and also heals the champion by 10% of their max HP for each HP burn that is activated by this skill. This can be very powerful on like the dragon, for example. If you get a very high turn HP burn from using HP burn and then extending it with the A1, and then you use this skill, there's only 1 target, so it's going to hit HP burn on that target 3 times. which can give you a pretty large heal, but also deal some pretty chunky damage to the dragon. It also works sort of okay on the spider. It's not the best because, you know, it is at random, so it's not crazy, but it will technically increase the speed of, you know, the HP burns triggering, so is a pretty decent skill for that. Then you have this third skill, which is attacks all enemy and has a up to 100% with books of placing an HP burn for 2 turns. It also fills this champion's turn meter by 15% for each HP burn debuff placed by this skill. So this is a really good spider, and also a pretty decent Hydra burner because it hits all enemies. It has a 100% chance of placing, but then also on the spider specifically, you're gonna get a full turn meter because there's so many spiders. It's also gonna give you 60% turn meter on the Hydra, which just means you almost get a whole full turn afterwards, which is just really powerful. Then you also have his passive here, which is every 10 times active skills are used in battle by either enemies or allied champions, this champion instantly activates the Berserker's Delight skill, which is this A2 for burning. This happens every 5 times active skills are used if Jamarsa is on the same team. And then also, if Jamarsa is on the same team, revive this champion with 50% HP and 50% turn meter when killed. This makes him a pretty decent tank for Spider because he can take a lot of damage, die, and then come back to life if you have Jamarsa on the same team, which is pretty nice. Plus, he'll also automatically activate his A2, which triggers those HP burns once 5 active skills are used. And then, of course, he also has increased ally accuracy in all battles by 50, which makes him a little easier to build in the early game where you don't have access to a lot of accuracy. So he's actually not a terrible champion. But you also go down to the epics here and you'll see Jamarsa, which I have not actually gotten on my main account yet. That's what we're making this referral account for, is to get that Jamarsa for the next fusion event, actually. But Jamarsa is another barbarian champion and is actually a pretty decent skill set as well. Has a 30% chance of placing a sleep debuff. And if Chronom is on the team, the sleep debuff is resisted or blocked, it has a chance of placing the decrease speed debuff instead for 2 turns, which is actually really powerful as well. It's not too shabby, especially if you're using her for boss fights. Decreased speed is a pretty good debuff. Then we have this second one, which is heals a target ally by 30% of their max HP and fills their turn meter by 30%. If this skill is used on Chronom, Chronom will instantly activate their Berserker's Delight skill. That's that HP burn activator skill. So if we're looking at it now, we're looking at basically 3 activations of Berserker's Delight on Spider. You're going to use that A3, instantly get a turn, use Berserker's Delight. That's 2 active skills built up. Then you're going to have Jamarsa go, who's going to use this skill hopefully on Chronom. That's going to trigger him to use Berserker's Delight, which is another active skill. So that's 3 active skills. Then you have 2 other champions go. That's 5 active skills. And look at that, you're getting a 3rd triggering of Berserker's Delight, which is super powerful. And again, if you're making Chronom your spider tank, he's going to be taking the damage. So more likely than not, Jamarsa is going to heal Chronom. And so because of that, you're going to get that trigger of the Berserker's Delight, which is very powerful. Then you have the A3, which is revives all dead allies with 30% HP and 30% turn meter. This is really powerful for the early game in Faction Wars. Of course, later on, you do get access to Still the Drakes, but until you get access to Still the Drakes, this is still a very good skill. In fact, it actually is kind of better, I think, because this is all dead allies. So Jamarsa is actually a very good reser for your Faction Wars because it gives them all resed and also grants them some turn meter, which is very powerful. Then you have the passive, which is whenever an ally uses an active skill, has a 20% chance of decreasing the cooldown of that skill by 1 turn. This books down to 0 turns, which means it happens every time. There's a 20% chance of decreasing the cooldown of the skill by 1 turn. Now, early game, this skill is going to be very good for clearing your dragons, your spiders, your dungeons in general, because it means more damage happening quicker. It's also going to be very good for early game clan boss, not for late game, early game specifically, because late game, you don't want skills to happen when you don't want them to happen. So this, I don't think, is as good because it's very RNG, but it is very good for the early game because it could potentially trigger on your Kale's poison ability, and he gets that ability 1 turn or 2 turns faster, which could be very, very good over the course of an entire clan boss fight. Then she also has this aura for increase all defense in all, increase ally defense in all battles by 20%, which is just a nice defensive aura skill to have at the beginning of the game. But ultimately, like, getting these 2 champions is very, very powerful. Specifically, Jamarsa early on, like, I highly recommend, even if you just started playing the game, make 3 referral accounts, get them to level 10. It takes like an hour. It does not take a long period of time. You get this amazing champion right off the bat. You can build her up. She's going to do amazing things for you early game because she has that AoE revive. Even without Chronom, she's still a great champion to have in the early game because she's got this amazing heal and an amazing revive, plus that passive is not too shabby. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So definitely, if you liked this video and you want to see more by me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a like, and put a comment down below on if you guys are working on your referral accounts. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.